Well, good afternoon, Birch Community Services community. Wow, it is the big day is finally here. It is time for the Birch Community Services annual spring auction. This year's Together We Grow. I'm auctioneer Patrick. I am joined today by the amazing Director of Development of Birch Community Services, Chloe Cohen. And we're going to get to Chloe in a second. But as we get started, folks, I do want to ask you, do a couple of things for me, if you would. Be sure to say hello in the chat and feel free to ask any questions. If you've got questions, we would love to answer them for you today. So make sure you say hello, tell us your connection to Birch, how excited you are for Together We Grow, whatever it may be. Let us know, and we are happy to answer any questions. I do want to let you know, just for participating in our chat today, if you type anything in, you are automatically entered the first time into a drawing, and we'll be drawing someone to win a $25 Amazon gift card a little later in the program. So without further ado, let's get right down to it. I see people are already bidding, and this is fantastic. Chloe, it's finally here.
It is very, very soon. Feels good. It felt good to type that last thing into our website. So hello, everybody. I joined Birch in October of 2024. So I still feel, relatively new. I haven't met everybody yet, of course, but really excited for this event. We're sold out, which makes me feel very uncomfortable because I want everybody who loves Birch to be able to join us, but we are sold out. We have no more chairs available, but looking forward to everybody that we'll see next weekend at the German American Society next Saturday. We'll have lots of ways for you to be involved if you can't be there with us, though. So no worries. And the online auction, of course, open today. So that's one way you can be involved. I also want to thank our sponsors. We have quite a few this year. It's a list, so it's going to take me a second, but really remarkable to see the responses. And even I think last week, one of them came on as a sponsor. So it's been a really overwhelmingly just lovely experience. So Elliott, Powell, Bodden and Baker Insurance, Coonrath and Willard Insurance Services, Sales Acceleration and John Lee, On Point Community Credit Union, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Christopher Cervetto, CETA, which their architecture, engineering, planning, and interiors, Wayland Construction, J. Pupo, State Farm Insurance, Becker Capital Management, Heritage Bank, Forett Credit Union, and Gray Rose Culinary Innovation Group, and Greg Cervetto. So lovely. That's a long list, and I probably said some of the names wrong, so I apologize in advance.
What a list. What a list. That's awesome. Congratulations, Chloe, and welcome to Birch. As we get going over the next 9 days, raising a lot of money, I know Birch has a lot of good uses for the dollars that'll be raised. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so every dollar that's donated to Birch directly supports our participants, and the primary focus of what they do with their time at Birch is financial literacy and sort of setting the goals for their families and reaching those goals. So your dollars directly support, the financial counselors, the food program, all the things, all the staff that are necessary to do this amazing work, and just to walk alongside our participants who are actually the ones doing the hard work here. So we currently serve about 900 families each week. And we also, through our partner organizations, reach another 45,000 recipients, mainly of food and other products. So our reach is wide. Our impact is really significant and needed now more than ever. So the urgency of what we do is ever present, and it feels great to be part of it, and hope it feels great to be part of it on your end as a donor.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of getting involved, how about we dive right in to how folks can participate, whether they have a ticket next week or not. We really have created an event that everybody's welcome to participate and support the incredible work at Birch Community Services. So, you know what I'm going to do, Chloe, to make this a little easier is I'm just going to jump in and share my screen a little bit. I think that helps folks get a chance to see it, and they can watch it on the replay. It'll be fantastic for folks. Most important, there are no barriers to entry. Like we talked about, we started the online auction portion today, and a lot of those items started with starting bids of $10, which is phenomenal. And I know they have much higher values than that, but it's always fun to get in there and start bidding immediately. And look at there, as we're doing it, Emily is backstage and bidding simultaneously. That is impressive. She is all over it. So that is fantastic. Hey, folks, when you want to get to the website, if you're not tuning in on the website right now, I'm going to encourage you to jot down this URL. So if you're joining us on Facebook or YouTube or one of the other outlets that we're broadcasting to today, jot down this URL, and that is how you are going to reach the Birch Community Services annual spring auction Together We Grow. This will take you right to the bidding platform. And once you're there, dive right in, okay, and start checking out our online catalog. And when you do, what you will find is that I'm going to just pick anything. I'm going to go, look at here, I'm a Timbers fan. It's going to tell you that you must register to bid when you click on an item, because right now you have not registered. And so I'm going to encourage you to register to bid. The nice thing about that is that you are going to give us your contact information so that we can keep you in the loop when you get outbid, when you any of those type of different things. The other thing it's going to ask you to do is to put a credit card on file, friends. And I want you to know that that is important so that we know that you're serious about your bidding and supporting Birch. But also, I want you to know that we will send you a statement at the end of the online auction next Sunday, so the 13th. So after the big event at the German American Society on the 13th, when our online auction closes, you'll get a statement. You'll be able to review that statement and then check yourself out. Okay. I will tell you that if you do ignore the statements for whatever reason, you get busy, and we will automatically charge your card usually later that week, but you'll get a couple of statements prior to that. So that is how this works. So once you do it, I'm gonna get a little simpler. I'm gonna go into where I'm already registered to bid on a different tab. Okay. When you do that registration, though, you are going to get an email. That email is going to confirm that you have given us the right email address and all the information. You can double check it. Okay. The other thing it's going to do is it's going to encourage you to download the Octria app. And I'm going to encourage you to do that because you will receive little notifications in the app when you're outbid. If there's new items that we add somehow for over the next week, or there's any pertinent information, we can send a little note in the Octria app. So I highly, highly encourage you to download that app and follow all the action in the auction. How about that, Chloe? Can you say that? Follow the action in the auction, right?
No, I cannot. But thank you. It's very good.
Yeah. So we won't make you have to say that. Hey, Layla and Ray for tuning in today. Drop us a note in the chat if you would. Be sure to say hello, folks. We love having you tuned in. We appreciate you liking it. But we have this $25 Amazon gift card that is just burning a hole in my pocket, in my virtual pocket, because we email it. But if you will just give us a hello in the chat, ask any questions, we will be sure to answer those questions as they happen, and we will maybe you'll win that gift card. So drop one in. And that did not take long. How about that? Say it 3 times fast, right? Stay it 3 times fast. I can say it. Follow the auction action on the action auction. Yeah, we can do it all. That's great. Thanks for tuning in, Ray. We appreciate it, buddy. Bid high and bid often if you would to support Birch. That would be fantastic. All right. Once you have registered, you've downloaded the app, you are ready to roll. Dive right in. Check out our first of all, make sure you get your golden ticket, right, Chloe?
Yeah.
Because if you don't have a ticket, you can't win. And you have an incredible prize in your golden ticket this year. This is awesome. We're only selling 100 tickets, folks. So think about the odds. This isn't like Lotto America or anything like that. This is an opportunity. $100 ticket. There's only 100 of them sold. And just for you, Ray, it's 100 at 100. How about that? We can say that fast 3 times. And yes, Ray, is a great question, buddy. If you register last year, do you have to re-register? The answer is yes. In fact, please don't use the link that you got from last year, because you're going to be going to an auction that's already sold out. You're going to think you missed it. So definitely go in and re-register. It'll probably recognize your information, Ray, but go ahead and re-register, and it'll send you a fresh link to this year's event. So I'm excited to hear you're returning, though. That's the best part of that message there. So fantastic. Thank you for your support of Birch. So our prize this year for the golden ticket, Chloe, a week in Bali for 8 guests. How good is that? Tell me about that.
Yeah, I think this could be sort of a life-changing trip. It's a big one. It's one that you can take with friends and family. I think about if you have a significant birthday coming up, a 50 or a 40 or any age really, but just a kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity. And it's got so many amenities. You can read about them, but just luxury and care. You'll be in a beautiful setting, and you'll be well cared for. And a full week is probably something that of rest and care is not something that we all have in our lives very often. So dream big, and the odds are in your favor. So
yes, they are. In fact, Emily has wasted no time. Right from the Birch offices, she is already entered into the drawing. So that is fantastic. Emily, always throwing the greatest of parties for the annual auction. Thanks for all that you do, Emily. It's just fantastic to follow your lead on this wonderful event. So, folks, you can buy it right here. All you got to do is add to cart. You'll see the cart. You can click it out. There's 98 remaining right now, so the odds are good. Chloe, I want to make sure our guests do know there is no limit other than what's remaining, right? So if somebody wants to buy multiple tickets and make a difference on those 900 families that are benefiting from the fine work of Birch Community Services, the thousands of people who benefit on an annual basis, jump in there and buy a few tickets. What's the worst thing that could happen? You may not go to Bali, but you'll be making a difference in the lives of so many. So dive right in there, get those raffle tickets. Now, if you're a bidder, let's go back. I'm going to show you from the home page, but let's go to the online catalog. You guys have put together a wonderful, and thank you, Ray. Hope to see you soon, and bid high and bid often. And if you want to win anything, Ray, bid fast and bid last. That's the only way you're going to win. All right, buddy? Thanks for tuning in today. So folks, when you get to the online auction, you've got a wonderful collection of items here. They're fantastic. I'm going to touch base real quick on how to bid, and then we're going to go in and highlight a few items. I'm going to give Chloe a heads up. I know she may have already picked a few items, but I'm going to encourage her to let's not preview the items you want to win. Okay. A lot of times I see that happen with folks, right? They're telling me, I'm so excited about this package, and I'm just cringing over here saying, you're not going to win it now. You just told the world how great it was, right? So always be thinking about the items you're not bidding on. Okay. But here, let's dive in. There was one here that I saw that just really caught my attention earlier, and that's the Italian date night done right. I'm a huge fan of La Buca. I love that restaurant. It's a fabulous, and you've put together an amazing package here, and this is awesome. So when I dive in here, and poor Valerie, love her to death, but she's going to be irritated with me here in a second. This is not going to go well for Valerie. Valerie, I'm about to spend some of your money here. So here's how this is going to work, folks. You will see right here at the top of our catalog listing, you'll see that the bidding ends in 9 days plus bid extension. So that's April 13th, 2025. Like I said, the day after the big event at the German American Society, and it will begin to close at 3 o'clock. Now, the reason I say the term begin to close, Chloe, is that we have a feature in our software that makes our online auction operate like a true auction. And what I mean by that is, as an auctioneer, I don't say sold until people quit bidding, right? So in an online auction environment, what happens here is, yes, we're going to plan on closing these items at 3 o'clock on the 13th. But any single item, okay, that receives a bid within the last 5 minutes, so 2:55 p.m. to 3 p.m., okay, what will happen is it will automatically trigger an outbid notice to the person who just got outbid, giving them an opportunity to bid again, but it will also extend that closing time 5 more minutes, right? So this isn't like eBay. eBay's not an auction. You can't go in and try to write a script to bid at the last possible millisecond. It doesn't work that way. This is an auction. So please, if you're really motivated about an item, make sure that you don't think at 3 o'clock, I got it, because you may be getting an email that says, hey, you just got outbid and you got 5 minutes to bid again, right? So that's what bid extension means. Does that make sense, Chloe?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, the next thing I want you to do is it's going to tell you who you're bidding against, and everybody loves Valerie. I mean, it's, it's been a wild year for Valerie. She's got married. It's just awesome. And we can't wait to see her that night. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But Valerie currently has a high bid at $75. It tells me what my next bid has to be, right? It says my next bid must be at least $100, right? We're in the business of raising money for Birch. So if you want to bid more than that, knock yourself out, right? But I don't know about you, Chloe, but I like a deal, right? I'm a bit of a bargain hunter at times, okay? And so I look at this package and I go, those are great bottles of wine. I know somebody who would enjoy the Legos. It's not going to be me, but I think that Trevi Fountain, I've been to the Trevi Fountain. It was just phenomenal, but somebody else is going to do that. So I look at it and I say, this package is valued at $350. I would easily pay $250 for this package. Okay. But if I could get it for $100, that'd be even better, right? So what I am going to do is I'm going to use a feature we call proxy bid. So what I'm going to do here is, just for fun, I'm going to make it a little easier on my buddy Valerie. I'm going to say $150, okay? And I'm going to make sure that that box right there is checked that says proxy bid. And what that's going to do for you, friends, is it's going to allow the computer to set your bid at the minimum amount to be in the lead, okay? And then it will raise your bid as other folks bid. Now, what's important to understand here, Chloe, is that this is how you get the best deals. And I want to explain that because, yes, you could come back and you could bid again after somebody bids against you. But in this case, you'd have to bid above them, okay? So when you're using proxy bid, what will happen is if they come in and my next bid needs to be at 100, I've bid up to 150. If it'll set my bid at 100, if somebody comes in and bids 125, it's not going to set my bid at 150. It's going to set it at 125 because I was there first. Okay. So this could be significant savings for you. And this is why I highly encourage all of our viewers and all our friends of Birch who want to support Birch, but want to win, get in there as soon as possible and place your proxy bids. All right. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bid 150, set it as a proxy bid. It says, always double check it because every now and then I put an extra zero in there. And there it goes. Okay. Now, interestingly enough, looky there. Looky. Okay. It says I have the current high bid for $115. Okay. So I'm going to suspect that somebody had a proxy bid in there up to 115. Okay. From 75 to 115. And it was probably our buddy. Okay. But so what's happened is it automatically went from taking my bid at a minimum of 100 to 115, right? And the next bid has to be at 140. Okay. So is that really clear, you think, Chloe? I think everybody could understand how that works.
Yeah, and it's a set it and forget it kind of thing too. Like I like to refresh the page personally sometimes, but also that's not very practical during your workday potentially. So
well, and what's neat is if you've got the app and you're following the auction action on the Octria app, it will make those notifications for you, and you don't have to go and refresh. It'll tell you.
Yeah.
You just click on the items and you can see all the bids that you have won. In fact, if you go to the top, show me everything I've starred or everything I'm winning, everything I've been outbid on. So it's a really quick, easy solution. And the app looks just like this, but it's in an app format, so it runs in the background easily, right? But that's a neat feature. Now, I'm going to go back to that item because there was one more thing I want to share with our audience, Chloe, that I think is really important, because there are so many folks that love Birch, right? And we know the impact and we know how amazing it is, but we want to share that word, right? And one of the great ways to do it is to use this event to expand the bandwidth of individuals and families who can support Birch Community Services. One of the ways we do that, and the reasons that we do special events like this, is we want to introduce folks to Birch. And this is a great way, because what we can do with any single item, these little social media icons up here at the top, Facebook, X, those are actually connected to my personal account, Chloe. It recognizes when I register, and it puts my social media icons in there. So if I click on Facebook right here, it is going to make a post on my page of this one individual item. Okay. And this is a great way for me to say, hey, I know 20 of my friends that love La Buca. Check out this cool package and support a cause near and dear to my heart, Birch Community Services, right?
Yeah.
And put it out there. You would be surprised, Chloe, how many folks will click on that and possibly bid. They may not know what Birch does, but by getting in there and finding out, now we have an opportunity for Chloe to do what she does so very well as our development director, is to get out and spread the good word. And hopefully we continue to grow that base, because as you said earlier, Chloe, the demand is higher than ever for your services, right? There are more people we could help. The more we raise, the more support we get over the next 9 days. Is that a fair statement?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. And the other thing you mentioned, I mentioned it earlier, STAR. If there's an item you're not ready to bid on, but you want to remember it because you're trying to budget, right? Because we talk about budgets at Birch a lot, right? You don't want to necessarily set a proxy bid on every single item and wait till next Sunday to find out you spent, a bunch of money. Star some items, right? Because you can go back to them and you say, okay, now I'm going to prioritize the ones that I want to bid on. Okay. So some really cool opportunities there for you, friends, to get in there and get it done. And if you want, on the bottom of every page, you can see at the very bottom is you can share the entire event, right? So if you click on that right there, it'll take you to your Facebook page, and it'll allow you to share this event on your Facebook page. So it'll talk about Together We Grow at Birch Community Services, right? So please, friends, I know you love it, or you wouldn't be on the broadcast right now. You wouldn't be watching us right now. But get out there and share the good word about what's going on at Birch, and let's make it happen for everybody. Okay. So, Chloe, you've got some items that you have picked out.
Oh yeah.
That you're not bidding on, hopefully.
I won't talk about the garden consultation because please don't bid on that.
I don't even know where that one is. I don't think it's in there anymore. Okay.
But no, I think one of the ones that is so interesting is this training course. It's right at the top there, the life-saving training course. And this is an amazing opportunity for a business, a small business, or a family. It's up to 12 participants. And if you've not done first aid training, and there's an emergency, it's quite a different experience not being prepared. And these kinds of classes are just invaluable. So this is one that it's a little bit unique, but it's a really great opportunity. And I understand that this company that donated is really, really high quality training, not some of that. Sometimes they're a little boring or a little scary, but this company has really got you. So that one could be a great opportunity. If you have a staff that you want to be ready for an emergency, this would be the place to buy it.
Well, and think about it. This is one of those things, Chloe, that you wish you had bought it and you only when you needed it, right? And you talked about a staff, but think about the public who comes into your business also, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to have somebody have a medical emergency in your building, in your property, and not have your team properly trained to step in until 911 can get there, right? So
Yeah.
this is a really cool way, folks. Really great package. I'm glad you brought this up, Chloe, because I saw it earlier when I was glancing over things, and I thought, what a unique opportunity for somebody to make a difference at Birch, but also unbelievable potential, because those people on your team, those people that get the training, it's not like they leave the training at your business only, right? They might be out. I mean, what an incredible opportunity to save somebody's life, to make a difference in the world, and support Birch at the same time. So
Absolutely.
thank you for bringing that package up. That's awesome. And thanks to Mary's Peak Emergency Training for making that package possible. What else you got on your mind there?
Well, I think about like the golf, that's, I don't know. I was actually going to look up. It's like, is this a private course? Because I know my husband golfs, and there are courses he doesn't have access to. And this one looks pretly amazing.
Well, Willamette Valley is I can speak to it. I host a couple of events there. I know the golf professional out there really well, John Grothy. This is a special opportunity. When you think, Chloe, when you think about old school golf in the Pacific Northwest, you think of Eugene Country Club, Royal Oaks up in Vancouver. Well, Willamette Valley is also on that short list of really great traditional golf, tall fir trees. It's beautifully manicured. The team does a great job out there. John's been president of the local PGA section. He's a very talented golf professional. His team is outstanding. So, yeah, this is you're really in a good situation that you have this available, and you should bid high on it for your husband. I would love it.
I am set up. He told me what we are allowed to spend on it, but yes, we are set up for this one. So
I would expect nothing less from Birch, that you have a budget for this, right?
Yes,
so
100%.
Yeah,
it's a great opportunity, but it also needs to fit in with the rest of our finances. So.
Yeah, like gardening and stuff. Okay, talk to me about one more package. I know you've got something else on your mind.
I think the Stay and Sisters, that was donated by one of our board members, and I think these are the ones I love the most at auctions. It's not only a house, but it's the time. It's what this stay would actually mean for you. So it looks like the most beautiful place.
What an experience, right? And right there in Sisters, and slide down to the Sisters Hotel for a little chicken and dumplings. And Sisters has gotten, they've worked on the traffic, so it's a little easier to get around to the Sisters now during the summer than it used to be. But what a great opportunity to escape to the Central Oregon. 1,500 square feet. Wow, what a gorgeous place. I maybe should have started on this one, right? It looks like, well, I wouldn't outbid my buddy down there at the bottom. Emily's already all over it. I think Emily's bid on everything possibly. So, yeah. I hope she set her proxies on everything, right? That is awesome. So this is you've got a great event coming together. These are great packages. We want everybody, remember, you do not have to buy a ticket to bid online, right? And that's why it's so important to get out, spread the word, share it with friends, family, let them know how much you care about Birch Community Services and the fine work they're doing, but also get the word out there and let people bid. We don't care who wins the bids. We just want them to have a good time, right? So it's going to be exciting. And speaking of next week, Chloe, we're going to have a live auction too.
Yes.
And I suspect that when Emily gets a chance, we're going to put a little live auction preview page up here so we can start sharing with our friends what to expect when they're there next week. But go ahead and dive in and tell us, Chloe, what folks can expect to experience when they come. I know we had a heck of a good time last year. What can folks expect when they get to the German American Society next week? So
it's really important for us that our auction is fun and festive and feels just it feels like you're with a group of friends, just a warm room, warm community. So lots of whimsy in this theme. It's going to be where this is another tongue twister. It's fun and fancy, whimsical Wonderland garden party. So we're encouraging people to kind of go crazy with the color and the flowers and all of that. It sounds like we have a community that likes to dress up, and that makes it more fun, I think, when everybody's sort of in costume. So Valerie and Andrew will be emceeing again, which will be so fun. We'll have the live auction and paddle raise. The live auction is looking pretty amazing with some trips and some opportunities that are kind of priceless, truly. So that's exciting. Great food as always. We have the most remarkable volunteer named Matt, who is the person who cooks for this large crowd. So we're grateful for him. But just really great people in the room. So, and lots of games and such. There'll be all kinds of things that you can do while you're there. And also we're really after, sharing the mission of Birch, sharing the good feelings that we get to feel by being part of Birch. There will be a lot of people in the room that don't know, that have not experienced us yet. So that's terribly exciting. Yeah. And we'll also, for all the people that can't be there, because I just can't not feel bad, we'll do lots of photos. So, and then
Absolutely.
perhaps we'll find a larger venue next year. We'll see. But I also, before we close out or get to I wanted to make sure to thank everybody. Emily, who we've mentioned a lot. This really is, she's the mastermind and the anchor for this event, and just so grateful for this person. Also want to thank Angela Small. She's our board member who's the chair of this event, and her daughters are all terribly involved also. And we have just so much volunteer help. We have people out there making decor as we speak. We have a lot of volunteers in the warehouse, and also Sheila Baker. She's just been such a core supporter and working her tail off for us. So lots of gratitude. Also for everybody that donated items and sponsored, and even the people, if the way that you can be involved in this is just to hold Birch in your heart and hope and dream of all the things that would be great for our community, that's a real contribution. So just presence and thinking of us is really appreciated. So
yeah, that's awesome. And there's a long list of names, but I want to make sure we reach out to Sheila Baker too, because I know she has a huge impact.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's watching, but thank you, Sheila.
Yeah, thank you, Sheila. For goodness gracious, that's awesome. Yeah. All righty, what do you say? We've got a few entries in here.
Yeah, you ready to pull the winner?
Yeah, why don't we find out? And it may be. We had a lot of folks tuning in, but a lot of people were kind of quiet. I don't, they might be shy or something.
Maybe. So well, better.
Let's go ahead and check it out and see what we come up with. Who is it going to be? Yay!
Oh, I thought premature celebration.
It was all good. It's all good. Oh. We're going to do that again, don't you think?
Somebody's logged in with their work account.
Yeah. We're going to try that again. And I think it's going to be Emily or Ray, guaranteed. Ray.
Oh, wonderful.
Perfect. All righty. So Ray is going to be our winner. And Ray, I will reach out to you shortly via email with your big winnings, and Emily being very sporting, saying "Yay, Ray!" I like that. That's awesome. And of course, our first winner, Birch Community Services, also giving a big shout out to Ray. So that is fantastic. I can't say enough, Chloe. Thank you for allowing Auctioneer Patrick, myself, and our team to be a part of your big event. We get the opportunity to represent a lot of organizations, but this is one that we truly, truly believe in the work that you're doing and the impact you're having. I got the opportunity to tour your facility in the last year, and I was totally taken back by the impact you're having on so many people. So I encourage all our friends out there who see this on my socials and others, get in there, bid high, bid often. and support an incredibly deserving organization in Birch Community Services. I'll let you have the final goodbye there, Miss
All right.
Chloe.
Thanks to everybody who's tuned in, and I'll see those of you that were able to get tickets next Saturday. Looking forward to meeting people in person.
It'll be awesome. See you, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye.